Hey y'all, it is February the 23rd, 2020, and this is the second part of a two-parter little thing that I have for y'all today, in which we're talking about just another channel and their valiant efforts. Just another Brandon and his constituents went out and they did the best they could do, and it was wonderful, and I look up to it. I'm inspired by it. We're going to look at this video of what they did last night. We looked at half of it on the live stream last night. But we were doing all sort of buffering, so I didn't play the whole video. Now I'm going to play the whole video. And we can see it. If you haven't gone to just another channel, I would suggest that you subscribe and have success in your life. And meanwhile, let's go ahead and show you the video. So we're going to analyze it. But before we do that, real briefly, I just wanted to bring up that I alluded to the fact is that Bernie Sanders is now being called a Russian agent. All right, and that might sound fantastic. You might not even believe it because it's breaking news, but I'll save you the trouble. All right, the national interest Democrats have a plan to beat Bernie Sanders. It is to call him a Russian asset. All right, Donald Trump he pounces on the reports. This is 23 hours ago that Russia is seeking to help Bernie Sanders. Okay, so you start to get a feel. Of course, Donald Trump is trying to take advantage like he typically does, but Donald Trump, he's probably taking advantage, and he's going to be the overall winner in this. But at the same time, Bernie Sanders shouldn't want to be called a Russian agent. That's going to totally kill his election possibilities. And so Hillary Clinton peddles Russia collusion 2.0, and she labels Trump Putin's puppet, which she's been doing. It makes you wonder why she's going so hard. Who is she endorsed? Is she planning to jump in that race? All right, she's trying to be y'all's president again. Whether or not y'all like it, the national interest again, they were saying about the Russian asset, and it just goes on and goes on. All right, so it's breaking. We don't know exactly where this is coming from. The rumor is being spread, oh, call Bernie a Russian asset. Now, it could be coming from anywhere. Could be coming from the DNC. This could have been totally fabricated and manipulated by Donald Trump and his camp. All right, to only say that Democrats are calling Bernie a Russian asset, I want to hear from all the rest of the Democrats whether or not they think that Bernie Sanders is a Russian asset and they're trying to throw him under the bus. All right, and so those are what's on the headlines now, but it wasn't very long ago. For example, you got right here that Bernie Sanders slams Hillary Clinton. Not very long ago, October the 1st, 2019. And I do remember it, but some of y'all might remember that Hillary Clinton was claiming Tulsi Gabbard's as a Russian asset. All right, and so you can see that Bernie sees where the wind blows. He knows that if they start calling Tulsi a Russian agent, it's only a matter of moments until they start calling him a Russian agent. And you got to imagine that he had considered that before. Gotta imagine that he considered that, but the thing is, in this case, Bernie he also wants to incriminate Donald Trump as being a Russian asset. He thinks, okay, Donald Trump's on the other side. I can call him a Russian asset, and that's going to work out for me. It's not. It's actually going to be turned around back on you. You're going to now be called a Russian asset, and there's nothing that you can do about it because you didn't speak out about it and you didn't speak out against it. In regards to Donald Trump, you could have said, hey, he got acquitted. Hey, he's been found innocent. We need to move on. But instead, you keep peddling this Russian asset business. And I got to tell you, some of your fans do not like it at all because they see how it's going to be turned around on you. And it is only a matter of moments before it is going to be turned around on you. And this could be a total ploy by Donald Trump in which he wins and he wins and he wins. But I don't even think it is. I think it is coming from out the DNC that they're going to start calling Bernie a Russian asset. And what is he going to do? Lay down again and have it stolen from him again? All right, is that what he's going to do? Because if that is what he's going to do, I do believe that Donald Trump is going to be a major winner, as we had discussed earlier. A major, major winner. Now we go on to this video, which I wanted to analyze a little bit with y'all here. Just another channel, just another Brandon. You got Brandon all the way off to the left. I also own one of those shirts. And in fact, you got Owen Schroyer, and he's off to Brandon's left. And I also own one of those shirts. Kind of fun. I didn't even think about it until right now. I own both those shirts. I used to own an InfoWars shirt and stuff, but I lost that. I don't know what I do with my clothes sometimes. But anyways, two legends in the game right there. You got Brandon from just another channel, who's slowly and surely becoming a legend of in the game. He's laying down viral videos. He knows how to do it. Owen Schroyer done made a legend status a long, long time ago. And I do appreciate even the first time seeing Owen Schroyer delivering verbal beatdowns on people all over the place when he earned his name. What is it? Schroyer the Destroyer. Anyways, legends in the game, and it doesn't even matter that they look like some gingers. They're still legends in my book. Anyways, we're gonna break down this video, and I think it's gonna be crucial, and that's why I want to share it with you. You might have seen it already, but we're gonna watch it here together right now. Without further ado, see if we can get the audio right.
And when we talk about the major crises facing this country, it is a sad state of affairs.
When I mention his waggly finger, his annoying, ridiculous waggly finger, if you've never seen it before, and I'm sure you have, you're never going to stop looking at it at this point on. You're just going to keep looking at it.
When we have a president of the United States who believes that climate change is a hoax. Community has a slight disagreement with Mr. Trump.
Are you going to give it up?
Like I mentioned before, if we're going to be analyzing this, you shouldn't be grabbing someone's wrist and trying to bring them down and stuff just because they're yelling something you don't like. You're already in a very loud place. And so they already broke the law, basically. You can't just go grabbing on people for no good reason. It's a little bit chaotic, with him speaking, and like I said, commendations over there to Bernie Sanders. He did a great job in that he knew someone was yelling at him, and he did not even take a breath. He just kept talking and stuff. And some people do that well. Some people do that real well. I think Bernie Sanders is probably one of the best at it. However, if you are in Black Lives Matters, you can run up on the stage and snatch the mic from him. Ain't nothing he's going to do about it. All right, so he does have his Achilles heels. But I want to just mention, because it's loud and chaotic, the lady, she's saying, if you haven't seen it, are you gonna give away your jets? Are you gonna give back your jets and stuff like that? And I don't know that Bernie Sanders owns jets, but of course he does fly on private jets. In fact, that's probably what he did from El Paso to San Antonio, the way he did only yesterday. All right, so we knew that he needed some sort of jet propulsion to get to San Antonio, and there's no way around it from El Paso in the time that he did. All right, so she's talking about, are you going to stop doing this luxury jet flying around business? If you're talking about the earth and you're talking about your Green New Deals, you're talking about saving the planet so much and all the pollution, are you going to stop jet setting all over the place with your BMWs and stuff and your Rolls Royces just rolling around in all your different various houses? And everybody called you out, to include Michael Bloomberg. She's like, are you going to stop doing all that polluting? To save the environment? Because mind you, like we mentioned before, a big strategy that Bernie Sanders has, literally, that we shared last night, is to abort the babies, and that's going to help the environment. And he said it pretty well, specifically just like that. We got to make sure that we can have the choice to abort the babies, and make sure we can abort babies around the world. He wants to fund aborting babies around the world on our behalf. With our taxpayer money, right? In which he plans to raise taxes up to your neck. All right, so she's saying, "Hey, you're kind of hypocritical. We're gonna play it again, and I hope that you can hear it well." But she's like, it's kind of hypocritical when you think about it, telling us to kill all our babies to help the environment. Meanwhile, you're jet setting all over the place. Don't you find it kind of hypocritical? All right, so that's what's gonna happen for the next about a minute or so. Gosh, it's hard to hear all of it, but the lady, she was about to say, why do you support late-term abortion, when she's pretty much bulldozed by a bulldozer of a lady who comes in just completely illegally I don't care if you're on the football field or off the football field. That's an illegal maneuver, what she did. And it's kind of egregious. And you're in a big old mob. You can tell how it's violent. I got to say, you're up in this crowd doing what they're doing. You got to give them props. That is brave as hell. That might not be as brave as turning transgender and going on Sports Illustrated, but it's brave nonetheless. That is a brave, courageous act that you're doing. All right, so we're going to see how it plays out as they kind of get gradually kicked out of this place.
Adopt the principles of the Green New Deal.
All right, I want to take that moment out. I don't know this lady right here, but accommodations to this lady, and we appreciate it. I want to show you as an example. Some people mock it, some people negate it, but the thing is, there sometimes is a sisterhood bond between two various females in which they both happen to agree furiously with what it is that they're thinking about right now. For example, they're talking about babies and they're yelling, "Oh, you're a hypocrite," at Bernie Sanders in his own rally. And so they get on the same page and they're just ready to kill, all right? And that's the female. People don't understand. Females get just ready to kill. They get this fire in their eyes and stuff. If they happen to agree with this person and you're starting to grab this person, people are going to get all scratched up. And it's crazy. And you could tell like it was about to be on in this crowd. And meanwhile, they're surrounded completely and totally by people who totally disagree with them. And it's a big mob of people who could, I mean, they're itching and scratching to stampede right now in this very moment. You can imagine how brave it is to be in this circle of people who's yelling that Bernie Sanders is a hypocrite right now. All right, so. Sticking their signs all in their face and stuff.
This is a global issue. We must make sure that the planet.
See, that's one of those things that honestly you could have a painting. If you could take it back just one moment, this is going to be in history books. That's a history book moment. You got the guards and security dragging this lady out, slowly dragging this lady out, and she's like, "Abortion is murder. Abortion is murder." And everybody in the surrounding area is hearing this lady. Nobody else in the crowd is hearing this lady. They can't hear not a word she's saying because of the acoustics. But people within like 5 or 6 people deep are hearing the words, "Abortion is murder." And it's like straight up and down legend. It is going to be in history books. That night in San Antonio, Bernie Sanders came down and he's talking all his socialist talk. And a lady confronted him and just so proud. I don't know what words to use, but so proud. I mean, I don't know if she's from San Antonio, but it just looks like somebody to be proud of. This person, somebody who's from around that area, somebody who's speaking out for maybe not killing all the babies. And I hate to stress it, but it is kind of a serious and fanatical thing to suggest that if we kill all our babies, that we're going to make the environment better. In fact, it speaks out against San Antonio and the way that it was founded, as we talked about last night. All right. This is a young lady to look up to. Now, I want to watch the rest of them being kicked out, and I think that's going to be crucial as well.
We leave our children and grandchildren is a planet that is healthy and habitable. When we talk about issues that must be dealt with, we in fact are going to reform a broken and racist criminal justice system.
It was loud up in there when they cheered.
We do not want to continue a situation where we have more people in jail than any other country, including China, 4 times that.
I want to take this moment out to say, okay, Bernie Sanders, he was talking about having more people in jail. And they always like to say that. It's like, okay, well, the question is something you want to address. Are those people innocent or not? I mean, if technically they're criminals and we had them in jail, put them out on the streets doesn't really make any sense either. Why are you talking about the numbers? None of that makes any sense. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but I just wanted to mention that all the while Bernie Sanders is mumbling some damn rhetoric that you've heard before, and it's all victim mentality. It's all based on victimhood, every last bit of it, and it's all based on dividing people racially and uniting everybody to exclude specifically white people, and uniting everybody except white people, and white people was half that crowd in Cowboys Dance all that night. And I also want to take a moment out. We're looking at his ear. That's Brandon right there. I appreciate that angle. You're going to get this sort of production from a dude who's been there in the trenches and he's already seen this kind of action. He knows full well how to put the cameras and stuff to document everything thoroughly. I mean, for example, he's got that guy's face, the guy who's, escorting him out. He's got this lady's face. He's gotten everybody's face. He's got his own face. You could see that he's not causing a ruckus. He's got everything documented. And you could tell he's been there before. He's had some trial and error. And this guy knows what he's doing, right? And, of course, he has those two ladies with him this time. And we're going to talk about them as we see them come up out of the Cowboys dance hall in San Antonio, Texas, the home of the Alamo. You might remember the Alamo. I do too. I wonder if you're getting the vibe of San Antonio. It was a humid evening, as it typically is. All right, but nice. It wasn't that. It was kind of cool outside. This is at I guess this evening. They got pretty good lighting down there. All right, I want to check out this lady. All right, they're about to come up on the two ladies. That was the Hispanic lady, and you got the white lady. And that's the thing about it. That's San Antonio right there. And yeah, we have black people, and we have Asian people, and we have Native American people. We have all sort of people. We have every type of people. But this is, this is what San Antonio, this is San Antonio. When you come up on these two ladies, I just want to say, I don't know that they're from San Antonio, but you got a Hispanic lady and a white lady, and they're standing together, arm in arm. They're making a difference, all right? It's going to be on the internet. It's probably going to be in textbooks and history books later, especially where she's like saying abortion is murder, and getting dragged off by big men, all right? So we're about to get a word from them right now, and I do believe it's crucial, but I wanted to drive that home. This is San Antonio. This is what represents San Antonio, nothing else. I know there's a lot of diversity and stuff like that, and free speech be what it is. I can appreciate that. But this is San Antonio, who we're going to talk to right now. I don't know that they're from San Antonio, but they are San Antonio.
So what happened?
I could yell loud enough. I was just saying if he was going to give away his jets, his planes, if he's going to give them away, because he's a hypocrite talking about climate. Climate change. And I'm sorry, my adrenaline is like pumping right now, but he's such a
This is a
hypocrite.
public event.
This is not pretty.
Okay, we're leaving. Anyway,
Doing
he's a
that whole
hypocrite
private
because
property talk.
He talks about climate change. I'm wondering if he's going to give up his jets. How did he get here? He probably
Right.
got here through a plane, and I was yelling at him that abortion is not health care. It's murder. It's murder. God hates those who shed innocent blood.
Amen.
These people are crazy. They stunk. Oh, God, these people stunk so bad.
What else?
God, they look like they hadn't even bathed in days.
As soon
They're
as you
such...
started saying things, though, they were shoving you, they were pushing you, and these are the same people who claim that you need to keep your hands off them, don't touch me, my body, like, don't touch me. They reached over me, tried to take my phone, like...
That's why I put my phone in my pocket, because I wasn't trusting them.
No.
Alright, so that's the end of the video. And they're discussing different various things that you might want to know if in fact you're trying to make an incident at a political rally. I think they did it pretty well. The odds were against them that night. But as I was saying, a very good representative and saying it just how it is, about as plainly as it is. And if you think about it right now, it's amazing where we've come to as a society. That's actually on the fringe now. To say these things, the kind of things that people believed in back when San Antonio was founded. The people who founded San Antonio. And to say this now would be on the fringe, but that's exactly what's happening in front of our eyeballs, right? It's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, it's one thing if you're going to be jet setting all over the place, fine, do what you do. But to be talking about literally, to correlate those two together in San Antonio, Texas, and meanwhile talk about taking all the guns as well, among other things. Like, those are just the most egregious things. I'm not going to make this a long video, but for example, a $15 minimum wage, which was mentioned specifically last night, that would totally screw me over and screw my life over. All right, it would totally and completely and hypothetically, Bernie Sanders is never gonna be president. He does not want to be the president. He wouldn't be the president if you put it on a platter for him with a bow wrapped around it. Bernie Sanders is not trying to be the president, but he's meanwhile talking about a $15 minimum wage that would screw me specifically. All right, and I'm supposed to cheer for it. Anyways, that's pretty much my analysis on this here video, and I expect that we're going to see a lot from Brandon from Just Another Channel, and this lady I think I wasn't at her, I saw her before, but anyways, she's out there, and like I said, a great representative, her and her friend. And one thing that you might notice is that when they're talking about this, I don't know if you see this, you can even see it in the video, and you can see it right now. These ladies, yeah, all ladies are beautiful, right? And they have these beautiful things about them. But when it comes to these ladies who are fighting for babies in San Antonio, Texas, they have a certain glow about them. They just glow. And it does not matter what's the skin tone, they're still going to start to glow. And you can see it, and some people don't see it. But if you're looking, you can see it. And it's a wonderful thing. It's like a transformative thing. It's like a mystical thing that happens to females, and they don't even realize it. They don't even. I don't know if they really realize the transformation that they go through, in which, they realize that babies are a good thing. That maybe people are trying to constantly put them down and oppress them. It's the same people who's calling them victims all day and taking their tax money. All right, there's a certain, when it comes to the truth, it's like the truth will unleash a certain glow about a lady. All right, and I gotta let y'all know that when it comes to young ladies, they all have that glow, they all have that potential, and that's why usually young ladies are very attractive. It's because they had that certain glow, and after a while they lose it when they start to lose their minds, when they start to chop up babies out their womb and scrape them out. They'll start to lose that glow when they start to become a part of that world. As females, they might be attractive, if you will, but they won't have that glow anymore when they fall to the dark side, right? And so you can see that vividly. If you need to be looking for that glow and stuff for a potential partner out there, probably if you're a young man out there, especially I would aim young, like I said, because they got that glow. But any age of lady, I've seen every age of lady who has this glow about her. It's extremely attractive. It is a success in human form, all right? And so I'll holler at y'all a little bit later. It's February the 23rd, 2020, and I appreciate everybody out there, but these guys especially, all right? And I'll holler at y'all a little bit later.